Hi, this is Mike Zapsik from a Shared Universe podcast studio, and you're listening to Talking Codswallop Podcast.
Hey, it's Taylor from Calling the Shots.
Hey, this is Steve from Calling the Shots.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike from the Pizza Beer Revolution podcast.
Hi, this is Derek D from PBR Podcast and DerekG.com, of course. And you are listening to Talking Codswallop. Talking Codswallop. How you guys doing? This is great. This is the POTUS. It's President of the United States, Donald. You're looking to wallop the swallowing. That's what you're listening to. It's great. I gotta tell you, the swallop of the wall is great. I love walls. And the cod wallop, it's swallop. Fantastic. You're listening to it. Wallops, cods. Fish, walls, swallows.
Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I'm Gemma.
I'm James.
And with us today is no one. It's the Gemma and James show. Woohoo!
The only thing we have is the fact that Gemma's got this really cool microphone cover. Looks like she's got a big Persian cat sat in front of her.
Yes. I'm like Dr. Evil. Yes, and the first time in a long time we're doing a video Skype, which is actually quite fun. It's nice to see you, James. Hi.
It's nice to see you too.
Yeah, and I've just witnessed that James has got the biggest coffee cup in the world. I thought everyone thought I was going to say something different then, didn't they? But it's the size of his head. So James definitely likes his coffee, everybody.
I do. I drink an awful lot of coffee. It's just about what keeps me alive, so.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the same for me for squash. So.
Yours is probably a healthier option, though, than mine.
Yeah, I suppose everything in moderation is healthy, isn't it? So neither of us are very healthy because neither of us are drinking it in moderation. So.
That's very true. That's very true. I'm having about I think it takes about 8 cups to start my day. So.
What are those size cups?
Well, in total, because that thing probably holds about 4 cups of coffee. So yeah, I have 2 of those. If I had 8 of those, I'd be probably away with the fairies and flying and climbing things. So.
Oh, we should do an episode one time where I'm really, really drunk and you've drunk 8 cups of coffee and see what happens.
It'd be more scary if people couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And they're just going, they're as mad as normal.
Yeah, I think it would probably be the case that we probably would be as mad as normal. Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. At least I can nod and you can see me nodding this time.
I can.
It's not normal when it's audio and I'm going, and then nobody can tell that I'm agreeing.
There you go, Salty Tadpoles. If you ever want to see how we're recording or see James's responses, get him on video chat.
Get a video and you'll just have me nodding along going,
yeah. He's a bit like the nodding dog from the Churchill adverts.
Oh, yes.
Lovely. So, obviously, we're coming off the back of the Brian Johnson episode, so we're going to have to really pull up our socks today. No, we'll just be normal. Obviously, we've had an extreme jump in listeners,
yes,
and also we've had quite a few other followers as well. So, I just wanted to sort of welcome the new people on who have joined us, and obviously welcome to the original people as well, because we love them as well. So, but yeah, so, there's been positive feedback from that episode as well. And nobody noticed that I had to slide your audio in.
I was absolutely not in your ability, because I knew you'd be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
I was astounded how good the audio I played sounded going into it, because I thought it'd be like you get weird changes, but Firstly, I've noted, I listened to it, I was very impressed. There are 2 things I want to say. Firstly, Gemma's not shocked that I've listened to it.
I am a little bit, actually. I was waiting for you to finish.
Before you, did a feint. Yeah, but I was just astounded how well it all managed to fit in. So, yeah, because what happened is, for the Salty Tadpoles listening, I recorded everything with everybody at the same time, and it all seemed to go well. I went to download from my Zoom device, and it was being very odd because you've got to take the memory card out and put it in the system. It was being very odd on doing the transfer. Mm-hmm. And then everything wiped. So even when I tried putting like software that reclaims it, it could find stuff, but I'm not entirely technical on it, but something had definitely gone horribly wrong, wiped everything, so we had to start again. But we were very lucky, and I'll let Gemma explain how we were really lucky on how we salvaged things.
Yeah, definitely, because normally I would be really annoyed by this, but this is our saving grace for this time. When Brian was recording his own audio, yes, I asked Brian Johnson to record his own audio. Don't just nod.
I'm nodding. Yeah, no, it's true. She did.
I did, but it was actually really useful, and obviously, it's easier when everybody records their own audio. Anyway, when Brian recorded his was actually he'd left his speaker on very slightly, so you could hear us in the background. So it was quite fortunate because then James could hear what he had said, or near enough, and you were able to re-record the bits that you obviously lost. So I was able to just slip them in. There was a couple that I didn't put in, but only because I either couldn't work out where they went, or I'd taken the bit out already, or whatever. But it was literally, you sent over 23 files, and it was like 3 that I didn't use or something like that, wasn't it? So
hey, that's pretty good then. That's pretty good. I can't argue with that at all.
No, exactly. So yeah, we had such a fun experience with Brian recording.
We did. It was really good, and I've never actually had the fortune of speaking with Brian before. But yeah, what an interesting guy. Obviously, I know his stuff as most people do, and I will assume most of our Salty Tadpoles will listen to the sort of the Tom Steve Day stuff he puts out, even puts out to Porky Pig. That he puts out with the rest of the guys, and yeah, his work with Kevin and other people. So yeah, I really enjoyed talking to him. Very nice guy, and I'm desperately looking forward to Vulgar 2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my role in Vulgar 2, that's for sure.
Hopefully it's an evil one.
Yeah. I've been working on my laugh. But anyway, let's stop recapping about last week's episode, because as great as it was, we're recording this week's episode. So, James, how have you been this week?
I've not been too bad. I'm getting deeper into sort of training for my new job, so that's going okay. Yeah, I'm getting to do some work from home, which I'm appreciative of, and I'm enjoying that.
When did you start?
It would have been proper training for last week, starting on the training that I can do. That's all sort of computer-based stuff. So yeah, it's going okay. It's going all right, and I've reasonably enjoyed the weather when it's been good. I've sat in the sun for a bit. I think I've got a tan. I can't actually tell because I see myself every day. So.
It looks like you're tanned.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Do I look tanned? I got red marks.
Yes, you look. You've got the ultimate British tan, which is that touch of sunburn that we seem to get. So.
End of my nose and stuff. Yes, I'm definitely an English rose.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. But yeah, no, I've not been too bad, I don't think. Bank holiday went okay. Yeah, pretty good. Chat to a few people that I know. All has been well. How about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat, really. So it is hard, isn't it? Because we normally do a weekly thing where, what have you been up to this week? But actually, we don't really have much that we can get up to this week. But it was quite nice because we spent the weekend and we went to the beach for a couple of hours. Obviously, kept a safe distance. We don't get anything or whatever. But yeah, also Chris's little boy was with us as well. And he was a bit scared of going in the water, but I kept taking him down, and he was kicking his feet, but he put his feet in the end. And then we went for a walk on Monday to the New Forest. So we drove there first because it's like a 20-minute drive. But yeah, we went around and saw the ponies and the donkeys, and there's a stream there. And again, the kiddie wanted to get into the stream, which was quite good. So I had to go in, and then I stepped into it, and I was like, ow, stones.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think about the stones part because I didn't have shoes on. So, yeah, I was like, ow, ow, ow. So I got to a point, and I was like, I have to stop, and now I have to turn around because he wants to get out.
Yeah, I can understand that or appreciate that would be a little little painful.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we've also, I was thinking for both of us, we've both been unfaithful to the podcast by going to other.
Well, you have again, yes. No, that's fine. But yeah, did you want to talk about that then as well?
My podcasting man-horery.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been on. Well, I can give you a bit of information that's sort of new and breaking on something else I'd done. But I was on Banterflix discussing Groundhog Day, which was maybe a week or so ago.
Yeah, we discussed that on the previous one, didn't we?
Yeah, so I did that a bit ago, and then I was on the US UK podcast, a live stream, which is pretty cool, but also you have that twinge of fear. And we got through some great games. I really enjoyed it. I love the fact we got participation from viewers. One who is,
myself. I'm going to have to correct you on their name, sorry. It's You Suck. It's not US UK, it's You Suck.
I was trying to be polite. Gemma goes with the proper pronunciation.
No, if we're going to promote them properly, that's what they want to be called, so it's You Suck.
Yeah, so I was on, being serious, I was on You Suck. It was really good. It was interesting stuff to do because I've done radio, but I've never done like a live podcast sort of thing before. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And yesterday in sort of the early evening, I did a little thing for Banterflix again, a little video thing for them, discuss some of the films I've watched during the lockdown. So yeah, that was pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, look at you. You're such a microphone whore now.
I totally am. Yeah. You create a monster, Gemma.
I have. You're not going anywhere, though. I told you that on the USAC thing. But yeah, with regards to that, I mean, I didn't listen to all of it with regards to the USAC thing because I was editing at the same time. So I was kind of in and out listening. But yeah, the bits I listened to, you sound like you had a lot of fun. Nice to see the guys' faces as well. The other thing that it's a Juliet balcony that we've got. I can't remember if I'd said actually on the podcast, but there was a man who walked past. Did I tell the story where it was an older man who walked past and I was leaning out the window to have a cigarette?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was a couple of mornings ago and like a couple of weeks ago, in fact. And I was leaning out the window having my cigarette and stuff like that. And yeah, basically this older chap, so he was probably in his 70s, I'd say. He shouted up to me and he was going, "Are you waiting for your Romeo?" Like that. And it was really funny because it was like, I was like, "Yes, aren't you him?" But yeah, it was really sweet. But yeah, the things that I see out of this window, there's a group of people that walk up and down the road collecting cigarette butts, used cigarette butts, and yeah, watching them all the time.
It's a hobby.
Yeah. Sometimes drug dealing going on. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of watch it, but with a side eye, And yeah, just there's lots of crazy things basically that I see out the window every single day, and it's one of the perks to keep me going, I think, because I can be nosy and look at the people.
It is quite interesting to see now that we've had the lockdown sort of changing slightly, and there definitely are more people out and about.
Yeah, definitely.
But it is interesting just to do bit of people watching.
Yes.
Or in my weird case, animal watching, because across from me, I'm watching like cows fighting each other, and I've never seen before. Yeah. Really headbutting each other as well, really going at it. So.
Was it two bulls or was it two cows? They were cows.
It's a field full of cows with one bull. Okay. And the bull is pretty, you have this image of the bull being angry, but it's pretty relaxed. But there are two cows that jump it all over each other. They're running and like butting heads with each other. They're pissed about something. It's the only two that do it. There's no other cows that do it in the entire field apart from two of them. And they really are going at each other.
Or maybe that they are, like they're thinking, "Well, you stole my man. It was my turn with the bull."
There could be competition, yeah. I mean, I went for a walk yesterday. I've never seen this happen before. I was leaning on the gate, and suddenly all these bulls start walking slowly towards me. They obviously thought I was going to feed them, so I was like, "Okay, I'm backing up a bit."
Were they going, "Move over"?
I'd be very impressed if they had, actually. Very impressed. But no, they just stared at me. This in itself is a bit unnerving.
Yeah, so life is basically boring apart from the cow fields and the creepy people that are outside of my the flat that I live in at the moment. So yeah, so that's really good, isn't it? Hopefully we'll be able to go out soon and we'll be able to gather up some stories.
Well, I'm seeing the infamous stairs.
Oh yes. They are quite fun. Like I said, they're quite fun to walk up when you're drunk.
Yeah, they've got the big gaps in them, which makes me think they're probably like a 1970s build.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, they're like paddle boards sort of thing. Anyway, my stairs are really not that interesting. Let me move over.
So you go flying down them.
Yeah. Well, it's a good job we put all the washing away, because otherwise you'd see all that. My knickers on the line. Yeah, so basically nothing to really report. I'm just thinking if anything else fun has happened, but I really don't think there has been anything. So have you got any Codswallop this week at all?
To be fair, I've had a reasonably. I mean, we're only a couple of days in after the bank holiday. I think the only Codswallop I could run with is the fact that I have been when I've been in a few shops, you can see that people are ignoring or getting very much relaxed on social distancing. They're getting a little too close for comfort. Yeah. But that's not really a Codswallop. That's just an observation of stuff that's going on. No, I've been okay. I've not been too annoyed by anything.
No. Yeah, going with that social distancing stuff, I did a very British thing the other day, and I let this, again, older lady, she was probably in her 80s, this one, and she... Oh, sorry, the window's open. So if you can hear any weird noises, that's a window open. But basically, this lady, so she needed to go down the aisle that I was in. So what I did was I decided that I was going to step down so that she could get to the bit that she wanted to. And then she took forever. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. Yeah. And then I couldn't go back up the aisle because it was a down arrow, like you had to follow the arrow sort of thing. So I had to go all the way round again to go back down. I was like, I need to stop being British right now.
Well, I've been quite a bad man because I go in shops and generally I've ignored the arrow system simply because there've been so few people, and I've been like, right, I know where my stuff is. I know what I need to get. Yeah. Shoot down here, get it. But yeah, I mean, you don't really want to discuss COVID, but I guess it's a historic time mark for anyone who listens to these in the future. It's going to be damn weird to see how shops and things actually deal with it, the aftermath of all this. I wouldn't want to be working for, say, a travel company right now or a convention sort of thing. So, yeah.
Or an airline, yeah. Or anything like that, yeah. Although, I said on last week's episode that I look up into the sky and I haven't seen a plane, like the lines of the plane. I actually did look up into the sky a couple of days ago and I saw the white line of a plane. I was like, what the hell? So I guess everything's going slowly back to normal. Slowly being the word. I mean, they're saying they've seen slight increases for the economy and things, but what the actual reaction that will, how long that will really take to recover is anyone's guess. We could be looking at decades, but hey. Yeah. At least we don't have any major Codswallop to bring up. No, exactly. But unfortunately, this makes for a boring podcast. But we're giving people a very realistic podcast of what's happening. Basically, I should just put snoring under this episode at the moment, shouldn't I? We come from such a high episode last week to this. It can only get worse, yeah. Okay, well, we've been talking Codswallop this week. I've been Gemma. Allegedly, I've been James. Who am I? Yeah, who have you been? So should we go on to a story of the week then, James? We certainly can, yes. I'm actually opening up the story of the week in question. Yeah, this was sent in by one of our Salty Tadpoles ex-recordee, Andy Barr. Well, it's one that's perfect for me, really. So this comes from the Northampton Chronicle and Echo, and they're stating that on Saturday, coffee lovers were queuing for over an hour to get their fix from a drive-through Starbucks. The queues went around the car park at St. James Retail Park and at Starbucks.
Now, it had been open since the Thursday, and basically people have been queuing. A Starbucks spokeswoman or spokesman said with easing of restrictions, allowing more travel on roads from today, we're beginning a phased reopening, starting with drive-through and select takeaway-only stores. It's a little blurb saying obviously they're making sure that they want to make sure people are safe. And this is very good. It's a small gesture of gratitude for everything NH workers have and continue to. We're offering a free tall beverage of their choice. So it's good, yes. Starbucks has reopened. As a coffee lover, I can kind of understand it. But I do ask myself the question, how desperate are you for coffee if you're going to drive, queue for ages for something a lot of the time easily you could make? Okay, it's not going to be as, let's be honest, calorific or, sugary as a Starbucks special drink. But really, a kettle or a coffee maker?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like everybody has got a kettle. And worst case scenario, if you haven't got a kettle because it's broken and you've got a microwave, you can always heat up the milk in the microwave and put your coffee in after and stir it in. It's really easy to make a coffee. So it's like all these people. But then at the same time, a lot of McDonald's have reopened. And, there've been massive queues for that as well. But then I suppose you don't just get the one thing there, do you? You just get a choice of everything. But, yeah, sadly, though, they're still not open in Dorset. So it's really sad. We're like, no, I want a McDonald's.
I mean, part of me finds it's good if people are going to go and support businesses, but there's an element of me on both these things that thinks what we've just said, that it's sort of like a bit sad and pathetic that people are so desperate. I mean, the other one I don't really understand so easily, and it's the similar vein as the coffee problem, is takeaway beer. From a lot of pubs are doing takeaway beer in almost like wine cooler things or carry things. Now, if it was, say, it's a real ale or something really special, I could understand it there. But, supermarket, it's...
Yeah.
Who knows?
Then I suppose that the pubs have got to use up the stock that they probably had left over, haven't they? Because it was literally overnight they were told that they had to close. It wasn't like they were given a week to have a big party to get rid of stuff. So I guess
that is true.
Yeah, I guess with pubs, it's like, well, I mean, I love pubs anyway, so I'm always going to support a pub or a bar, as if any American listeners. But yeah, I also agree with you. You definitely could just pop to the supermarket quite easily and just pick up a 6-pack or whatever, couldn't you? But,
yeah. But, I guess they are supporting businesses, so,
yeah.
I can't fault them too much on that one. But yeah, queuing hours and hours for what will turn into I'm never going to get Starbucks sponsorship, am I? But like a tepid, milky, sugar-tastic drink. Yeah, bit odd, bit strange. Salty Tadpoles, am I a miserable, horrible bastard by thinking this, or can you appreciate what I'm saying?
I'm nodding in agreement, but nodding not to the miserable bastard part. I shook my head back. But an interesting development in our flat that we have a second fridge, and we're going to be topping that up with beer soon. That's going to be our alcohol fridge. Woohoo!
Makes sense. That's good. I like it. No, it's good to have a second thing for drinks. I was worrying for a minute you were going to say you had a ghost or something.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's walking down the stairs right now.
Yeah, it's just moving of its own accord.
Yeah. Well, we did have a blanket over there earlier, so we could have said that was the red ghost.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, it is not there anymore. So, okay. So I think we should go on to Would You Rathers now, so we can have a bit of a giggle and a bit of a laugh. So I don't know if you're able to pull up a couple.
Try, hang on.
Okay.
Was that a bike going past you?
Yes, that was a bike going past me.
That created a really weird effect on the headphone.
Oh, did it? Oh, no. Well,
no, it was good.
Oh, okay.
It was good, but it was like this strange, weird sort of echo effect. I couldn't tell if it was in the room or...
It was that ghost. Well, while you're looking, I'm going to ask you one, okay?
Okay.
So would you rather have 3 feet or 3 hands?
That's a good question. I I'd say 3 hands because so you can get more things done. I have a horrible feeling with 3 feet. I'd just keep tripping up and falling over.
Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely would be falling over. And you've got more fingers to pick your nose with and stuff, haven't you? If you've got more
That's true. That's true.
You can scratch your bum while washing your head.
I could probably put my suntan lotion on my back more easily. So
yeah, that would be easier. That would be good if you have Mr. Tickle arms as well. So because quite often you get to a certain point with your back, don't you? And then you go, oh, I can't reach any further. That bit in the section in the middle, you just can't reach unless somebody does it for you. Hello.
Do you want me to ask you a question? Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, it's just you didn't respond to what I just said, so I was like, what?
Sorry, I'm finding I found my list of questions. So
typical man, he can't
absolutely
can't multitask.
Yeah, that's true. And only interested in his own stuff. So my question is: would you rather know the history of every object you touched, or be able to talk to animals?
Talk to animals. 100%. I would love to be able to talk to animals. I definitely want to get to the bottom of why those cows want to fight with each other all the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. The history of objects, nah, I'm not really that bothered about that. But yeah, definitely talking to animals is way forward. Would you rather have all your shirts to be 2 sizes too big or have them 1 size too small?
Too big.
Too big.
Too big. That's a bit more comfortable than wearing something that's too tight.
I'm just going to type in funny would you rathers because these are a little bit boring. So
this isn't funny, but it's an interesting one. So would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease? That's a good moral one, that.
Yeah, I think definitely the drug to cure the deadly disease. Because I would make lots of money and then I'd be able to go to the moon anyway.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I agree. Right. Are you ready now? I've got some funny but dirty ones. This is what people tune in for.
It is the filth. I'll get Skype up, right, so I can see you.
We can both answer these as well. So, would you rather lose your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds for the rest of your life?
The weight. I think. I assume it's weight and not money. So it's money.
No, it's 200 pounds.
200 pounds. No, yeah. I've got a chance of. Oh no, it's for life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if any of my sex organs force to go to the toilet, yeah, I'll gain the weight because if I can't go to the loo things, I'll die. So.
Well, that might be why you're gaining £200
I'm screwed either way, basically. I'm not. It's enough.
You're never
can't win either way.
No, you're never going to get laid if you're £200. Not if you're 200 pounds in weight, but if you're constantly gaining that much weight every year or whatever, then yeah. But then
no win.
No. I suppose though you could have a transplant. So if you did the sex organs, yeah, you could have a transplant, and and also it's quite beneficial as well if somebody's transgender, and then they lose all their sex organs, and then they can decide to have a replacement, whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe removal of the sex organs is the better option.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go back to Brian, think of something Brian Johnson said when he talked about a 3D printer, and that 3D printer going 24 hours a day.
It's the longest one in the world. Right. Would you rather have sex with your cousin in secret or not have sex with your cousin, but everyone would think you did?
Well, some of my cousins are male. This is the ultimate no-win scenario again for me. Why am I getting all these awful things? So
that's all right. I'm answering them too.
Sex. So I've got to have sex with one of my cousins, or not. I'm gonna stick. I don't give a damn if people thought it. I don't want to have sex with my cousin, so I'll go with the no. The it's never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd go with no. It's never happened as well. Yeah, so definitely I'd go that. No, we don't have sex because ew.
Yeah, not a good idea.
No.
Not unless you're in Arkansas.
Yes. Right. What's another one? Would you rather get explosive diarrhea every time you meet your boss or every time you meet your SO's parents? So I'm guessing other half parents.
Significant other's parents.
Well, other half's parents. Which I know you haven't got one, but you have to just do the scenario.
Imagine. That's a difficult one. Now, you only like to meet your boss at work.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be able to easily get to a toilet. So I'm going to go with boss. They might be a little more understanding. But then this is a difficult one because you'd think the significant other's parents might be understanding.
It depends how long you've known them for as well, doesn't it?
Well, in both case scenarios, you're probably not going to impress the person, are you?
No.
Do you know what? I'm going to revise it. I'll go with significant other because if you're at work, you're never going to get your job done if you're constantly running to the toilet, are you? So, yeah.
Or you'd have to sit in your own feces as well, wouldn't you? Like, if you decided that you wanted to sit there and actually get on with your work.
It'd be like that crappy Tom Hardy Capone film. Oof.
Oh, I don't know what one that one is, so...
It's not worth it. It's an awful film, but within the film, I think it's an absolute awful film. But the greatest description, analogy of the entire film is where Capone, there's a steaming turd in his pants and he's just sat there. That's perfectly describes that film. But yeah, I go with the significant others. But ideally, yeah, you don't want it. But go on, what about you?
I'd say the boss because at least I make a joke of it in front of like my boss and just like laugh it off and just be like, oh, sorry, I have to run to the loo again. And I suppose there's more chance of getting sent home sick as well. So, but then we did get paid for sick. So,
but to be fair, if it constantly happened, you just get rid of you.
Yeah. Or I could say, can I just work from home, please? Because I'm never going to be able to leave the toilet.
Yeah, keep running to the loo with a laptop under your arm.
Yeah. I must process orders.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. I've had to close the door. I've left the window open, but I've closed the door and it's absolutely roasting.
What floor are you on? Are you on a top floor?
First floor, but there's only the first floor. So it's ground floor and first floor.
But because the heat will rise, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and and then the bedroom is right in the roof, so
God, that will get warm. Yeah,
oh, it does. Luckily, I've managed to bring a fan home with me, so it sits there screaming all night. No, get it, fan.
Yeah, I got
it. Right. Would you rather have a head the size of a tennis ball or the size of a watermelon?
Tennis ball.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're like that one from Beetlejuice.
About the head shrinker, but it's more the fact that my neck could take, I'm sure, the weight of a tennis ball easier than a watermelon.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Actually, talking about watermelon, did you hear about those two? I think it was over in America. There was a couple of lads who went into rob a shop. They were underage. And they basically, because everyone's wearing masks at the moment, what they did was they carved out some watermelons and stuck them onto their heads.
Oh dear God, what is wrong with these people?
I know. One got arrested. The other one at the time was still trying to be found. Both underage and they were trying to buy beer. So, but yeah, I mean, pretty dedication though, isn't it, to actually carve out a watermelon?
And I just want to say it's a lot less scary than I anticipated, because when you said a watermelon, I thought it was, I was terrified of the story about they're having sex with it or something.
I mean, people do. So you do you, boo-boo, but, it's like whatever you want. But just stole a Master Debater's line there, sorry. They were pretty desperate for that beer, I imagine, that they did that. So But I'd probably go for a watermelon, the size of a watermelon for the head. I reckon it'd be okay.
You must have a strong neck, because with me, yeah, I'd just be like...
Well, I'd certainly find out. So that's the way that I would find out. So yeah, we'll go with that. I think that's the easiest one. Would you rather have no fingers or no eyes? These aren't funny ones. These are serious ones again, but...
Probably no fingers, because I could still do stuff. I could find a way of surviving without fingers. I wouldn't want to be blind.
No, I wouldn't want to be blind. Yeah, I'm going to go with the same. Yeah, although the mouse work for the editing is going to be a little bit hard, but I'll have to get a new... and for my job,
your nose.
Yeah, and for my job where I type a lot, but hopefully I'll have some stubs where I can just, or nubs.
The chances are you could probably get prosthetic hands.
Ah, yes.
So you get a hook.
I love the fact that we've managed to go back to, cosmetic surgery is basically the way.
We also go back to really serious answers.
Yeah.
We're thinking about it in detail. What would you do? Crunch, hook.
Oh, yeah, you could. You could have like a Captain Hooks. Yeah. Oh, I like it. We're both doing bunny ears to each other.
Yeah, you can have hooks.
Would you rather have knives for fingers or have penises for fingers?
I think I'll go with the knives, Freddy Krueger style. So if I had penises for fingers, I could hurt myself far, far too easily. If you're trying to pick things up or you drop something on them. Ooh, yeah. That's a no.
I don't know, because I'm kind of thinking penises for fingers because it will probably creep people out a lot more. So...
To be fair, I think either would have creeped me out, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to rub your finger as well occasionally.
Oh. You get the ultimate face mask.
Oh, yeah, that goes back to that. That was the recommendation from that crazy lady from our previous story, wasn't it? So, yeah, so basically I could just go like this, rub my finger and go...
Well, I sent you something, I think, didn't I, about this weird thing in America where some woman had been arrested because she'd fed people either cookies or cupcakes with semen in them.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure I sent you that. Yeah, she's been in trouble because she'd had semen-laced food.
Oh, no. That is insane.
I think we're learning through this lockdown stuff that society is just getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my codswallop, because it's taken me this time to realise, but that's kind of my codswallop this week, actually, because it's reminded me that all these videos that are going around that are like, drink this beer or drink a whole can of beer all in one go, or, I think there's a challenge at the moment, which is drink a glass of whiskey, an egg, and some sugar. There is no reason for it. Like I was saying to Chris the other night, that at least when you tipped a bucket of ice water over you, it was to give you the experience of what it's like to have ALS. Mm-hmm. So, and it's to raise money and stuff like this. But all these things that people are doing, because of lockdown, it just seems really insane. People are daring each other to drink like an entire bottle of vodka and then a couple of beers afterwards or whatever, and it's...
Is the plan to thin out the herd or something?
Well, I think so, yeah. I think that's probably is the case. But yeah, when I say entire bottle, it's kind of like a full litre, kind of bottle of vodka. And don't get me wrong, on a night out, I could probably drink half of that. But all in one go, literally down it. I don't understand what is wrong with people at the moment, why they have to do these challenges and stuff. But I suppose everybody's bored, aren't they? So...
Yeah, and they started doing stupid and dangerous things. So, drinking a bottle of that could be very dangerous.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd last very long. It'd be in very quickly and out very quickly.
Yeah, mine would be projectile coming out. Vodka's not fantastic anyway, but it's kind of irritating me a little bit. But what can you do? People will be people.
Just wait for them to keep doing it and thinning out the herd.
Yeah. Right, okay. Let's do a couple more.
Okie dokie.
Would you rather be married to Paris Hilton or Charlie Sheen?
Now, in both cases, you would get one hell of a wild party out of it.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
But as I'm straight, I've not decided to yet dabble in the world of Charlie Sheen sort of fun with other men. I think I'm going to go with Paris Hilton. I'll explain why. Because even if I was married to or with Charlie Sheen, 10 million, Paris Hilton's family, my preferred gender, and a lot of money. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Paris Hilton purely because, she's pretty, she's female, and her family's really wealthy, and I can stay in a hotel whenever I want.
James is not shallow one bit. Yeah, it's all about the money. God, we have to have a really good one. Oh, this is good. Would you rather have uncontrollable gas at work for the rest of your life, or uncontrollable gas on every first date for the rest of your life? It's kind of very similar to the explosive diarrhea, I suppose, isn't it?
So it's explosive gas every first date. And what was the other one, the first option?
Or at work, every single day at work.
Every first date. Because I'm pretty sure if it was happening every single day, you're at work.
Yeah, and also if you can get through that date and the person still wants to be with you, then you've got a good one, don't you?
That or they're complete freaks.
Yes, yeah, that. You can only hear one song for the rest of your life, and it's either Bohemian Rhapsody or Ring of Fire. Which is actually quite a hard one. So I like both songs.
I do like them both, but you just end up absolutely detesting them. Okay, I'm going to go a bit serious on this one, but Bohemian Rhapsody is a long song, so you're not hearing it repeat. Are you hearing it repeatedly?
Yeah, it's on repeat.
I'd go with Bohemian Rhapsody because you're going to hear less of it because of there's going to be less times it's repeated than if you were listening to Ring of Fire because it's a shorter song.
Ah, that's very good. I was thinking of going with Ring of Fire because out of the two of them, Bohemian Rhapsody is my favourite. So at least I would listen to it and I'd be, I'd be happy initially. But then when I get sick of it, at least I know that there's other songs, I know I can't listen to other songs, but at least, I haven't ruined one of my favourite songs. So, yeah, go with that. Okay, this has got to be the last one. Would you rather be filthy rich but have to be Justin Bieber's assistant? Justin Bieber. Or dirty poor and get to be anyone's assistant that you choose? This is a hands down.
It's going to be, as much as I hate him, I'm going to have to work with Bieber.
Yeah, because I was going to be dirt poor. I could not work with that little git. Or as the song says, but I can't say the words, so.
Yeah. The little C, yeah.
Little
C. I
bomb.
would go with Bieber because I might at least be able to get to hang around with his wife, who seems a little less annoying.
Yeah.
And I might get to meet some of the Baldwin brothers.
Yeah, there are perks. Yeah, and he, the celebrities that he hasn't pissed off, you'd be able to meet. So that would be good.
And I'd trick him as his helper age or whatever. I'd trick him into attending a Hollywood Babylon.
Oh, yeah. So in that case, then, can I have a job with you alongside? Yeah. And we can conspire to get him to the Babylon gig. I reckon that'll be amazing.
See how long he'd survive before they turn on him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they probably wouldn't turn on him. They'd probably leave it until the very end and wait until the song. And be like,
he's safe, yeah. And he's there crying.
Crying in the background. Ha ha. Well, we don't seem to have much to talk about this week, so I think we're going to do a shorter episode this week. Neither of us have got anything outside world to talk about, have we?
There's an outside world?
Yeah, exactly. What is this outside world that you talk about? But no, we'll step foot out of the front door this week and see if we can get some fun things to discuss and moan about. That's what we're all about, is moaning and whinging. And also Salty Tadpoles, because we're kind of running out of things to talk about. Why don't you send across your codswallops and things like that? Send them across to us, either via Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, and it's at Codswallop Pod. So you can do any of those if you want to, or stories of the week as well. Yeah, basically you do the work and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you do the legwork. We'll run with it and we'll claim all the credit.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll give you credit. we can't be mean, but yeah, we'll give
a smidgen of credit.
Yeah. We'll say they may have suggested this. But I think in that case then, James, that we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I've been Gemma.
I've still been James.
And we got no one else to talk to.
Yep.
So, right. Well, until next week, have a lovely week.
Have a good one, guys and gals.